Yeah, baby.
What's up, folks?
Morning, afternoon, whatever time
Whatever
zone you're
time
in.
zone you're in, Jenks. Well, you guys
Yes.
like in a good mood. Did something happen this weekend?
Uh, you know what? It's fun. Everybody loves to see their team win, but it's a greater euphoric feeling when they win it frickin' all. And for this team, for the ups and downs, the heartache of, 99, the heartache of 94, even though I was only 6 months old when they made it in 94. And then you hit the turn of the millennium, you lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then it's just a downhill road of pure disappointment. Yes, the hope came back in the early 2010s when Melo came, and then Melo went down. We had the brief spark of insanity, and then just dumpster fire after dumpster fire after dumpster fire of, poor seasons and, not knowing who's on this team. The absurd pick of Kristaps Porzingis being picked, and now he's off. He won a championship. Good for him. He won a championship a couple years ago. And then all of a sudden, the resurgence of the New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson, and everyone thought, "Oh no, this ain't gonna work." And then Cat came in, and Anobi came in, Bridges. Yeah, you can name the whole roster if you want. All come together, and now who has the last laugh? After 53 years,
Yeah.
your New York Knicks are NBA champions.
I want you
Wow.
to say that again.
Your New York Knicks, after 53 years, are NBA champions of the world.
Isn't isn't it amazing that we live in a world where we can literally say those words? The Knicks are champions of the NBA. It's like people have been pinching me the last 2 days, and I still can't believe that I'm reading the words that's right behind Patchman, that the Knicks are champions of NBA.
It's a weird, MLB The Show did a commercial many years ago for their video game where it had the Cubs winning the World Series, and it's a guy sitting in his apartment in downtown Chicago as the
That is,
subway goes by. As the
yes,
sub
I've seen
and
that.
the Cubs won it all a couple years ago. Won it, it'll be 10 years ago, I think. I mean 9 or 10 years ago, regardless. Math right now, too. We're
10,
focused
10
on the
years.
Knicks, but Dan's right. Is this a video game? Is this a simulation? Can you pinch me? Am I dreaming? Am I in purgatory somewhere? Thinking, oh man, this ain't reality. No, the next champions, no. Well, people, it happened on June 13th. The Knicks are champions.
In June 13th, in the year of our Lord, 2026. It's such a big event. We got Patchy for this, so you know it's big.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You got Patchy off on his day off, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, no, we need to talk about this. It has to happen. I can make an amend in my schedule on my day off to come do this, and when I'm available, I'm available.
it
But
is good to see
yes,
you though.
oh, it is good to see you guys too. This is a euphoric moment in my life,
Yes.
you know?
Just it was just you like Knicks. Okay, I'll kind of include myself we because I'm more casual than these two fellas, but we've waited for this for 53 years, and as the ESPN radio call said, it was well worth the wait.
It, it, I was watching First Take this morning on ESPN, and Stephen A. Smith, you can bash Stephen A. Smith we can bash him all we want, of him being the casual Knicks fan too. If everyone thinks he is, he can say he's a diehard Knicks fan. Regardless, he's a Knicks fan. We'll give him
Hey, at
his
least I
flowers.
admit it. I'm casual. At least I
That's
admit it.
I know you admit it. But
Yeah.
we'll give Stephen A. his flowers too. He put it right. He goes, "Oh, it's the Knicks. So, something has to go wrong for the Knicks to lose," because he brought up all the past of, Ewing with the finger roll and it rolls in and out and all that. And he goes, "No, it's the Knicks. And then he brought up all the injuries over the last few years of, blown out knees and Achilles in the
Mhm.
finals. It's like it's just bound to happen. It's the Knicks. The Knicks just can't. The Knicks. It's just the Knicks. The Knicks are gonna nick. It's gonna happen, and it didn't. It's
It didn't
like
happen.
it's like a curse was lifted off of us.
Like, do you know like how and Bill's sort of understanding it with the Giants now. Like, you know how when losers lose, like, you have all this PTSD. And not only do you have the PTSD of the past, in the present, you're thinking to yourself, what is gonna go wrong? That just says, okay, yeah, no, let's pump the brakes. It's not happening, folks. That happened to the Knicks at least a couple times this series. I think I thought the Knicks were gonna lose game four when Josh Hart is dribbling in an open lane and does not dunk it in or tries to lay it in, doesn't go in. And it's a complete miss, complete whiff. Like at that point, you're saying to yourself, okay, yeah, this is how it's really gonna go down. That's the Knicks are gonna nick themselves. Like it's gonna be really rough to recover from that. And they won anyway.
No,
Thank you,
yeah,
Coach
when I was
Obi.
watching game four, and I talked about this on the Friday show, I was like thinking, because I've been saying this for a while, and I'm sure y'all sick of me hearing this by now, and you all want to laugh in my face. I've all been saying like there's gonna come a time, because we talked about this in game one of the Cavs series. There's gonna come a time when the Knicks dig themselves too deep into a hole. They ain't gonna come back. But when I was watching game four, I talked about this on the Friday show, I was thinking, this is the too deep of a hole they dug themselves into. But then look what happened. And then on Saturday, I've only really watched the second half. I was at the movies the first half. But I was keeping track of the game on my phone. And when I came back, I remember, and from what I heard and highlights, the Knicks didn't have that great of a first half.
No. Once again, trailing. Now they were not trailing by 29 or
Yeah, they were only
16,
trailing by
whatever it
what,
was.
5, I think it
It was like
was.
five. It was like 7, 5 points, whatever it was.
Well, there were times I
Um,
was thinking, not that they dug themselves in too deep of a hole this time, like with game four, but I'm sitting there thinking, there was a time, and I remember I was watching the game with my dad. We were both thinking, yeah, this is going back to the Garden. This series is going back to the Garden. And I'm sure you were thinking this too, Reg, or my past Reg. Were you guys thinking this too, or am I going absolutely bonkers?
I knew game five was going to be close. I thought San Antonio was going to run away with it because I felt that the Knicks, if they lost, okay, they'll close it out of the Garden. But once again, you bring up, the past of the Knicks, and then, everyone starts talking, oh, only one team ever's come back from a 3-1 deficit. I'm like, you know what? The Knicks are dumb enough to let game seven happen. And then it's like, no, that's the Knicks, they were only down five at the half. And once again, it was only a little 5-point deficit they had to overcome. They just had to find a momentum shift somewhere in the third or fourth quarter to take advantage. And then, the last 2 minutes of the game, it's back and forth, back and forth.
mhm.
And then the turning
Yeah.
point, and then the turning point's the offensive rebound with under a minute left to get the foul to help, get them back at the free throw line. Make one of two. You're up. You go up one, they go down, miss the basket, and then you come back, you get another basket, you're up, they made a basket, come back down, they get fouled again. They make the one, there's 8 seconds left. Okay, just don't foul. And it's going to Wemby. So you don't foul Wemby. It goes in at if Wemby made the three, you have maybe 1 second left, and then you just throw an inbound, and the game's over, and you're still winning. You win by one instead of four, but it the Knicks just played with heart this series. They
They
didn't give
did.
they didn't give up. And not Josh Hart, Brunson said it the best when they were down 29. Let's play basketball. Let's play smart. We've come back down from bigger. And that shows that Brunson wasn't giving up. He's the captain. That's why he's called the captain, big body Brunson. He put the team on his back and said, "No, let's do this. We're coming back to win this game."
And gave you a 45-point effort to do so.
Yeah.
Yes, he
And
did.
an undisputed MVP for the NBA Finals. I
Not even
I know
close.
there's talk about OG, but it's really Jalen Brunson. And his game five performance showed why. You can tell when the Knicks were starting to chip away, I think they went on like a couple of big runs in the fourth quarter, like a 10-0 run, 19 something run, to close out the game. I think it was like a 19-5 run to close out the game. Jalen Brunson was a massive part of that. And, he could have been selfless and he could have done the passing of the ball like they have been all playoffs, right? The ball movement and showing all that. He decides, I'm not going to let this ball go and I'm going to take over the game. And if there's any question about whether or not he's number one option or a 1A option, whatever it is, I think game five and his 45 points proved exactly what Jalen Brunson is. He is a winning basketball player.
Oh, he is.
He is literally the guy that you can trust in a big game situation, a big moment. He is never afraid. He is tough. That man, hats off to him. The best free agent signing in NBA history, definitely in Knicks history. And again, shout out to the crew, Leon Rose, the King Leon Rose. I know Jalen Brunson's the King of New York, but let's put that aside for a second. The real king is Leon Rose for the what he has done with this team after years in the abyss and in a massive black hole. Leon Rose got this team out of it with his signings, with his trades. Understand that the Knicks didn't manufacture this team through the draft. They did everything in the market.
Starting five, all from a different,
Yes.
all drafted by a different team.
Correct.
Three
And
Nova boys,
acquired
though,
in trades. Yeah.
and three Nova boys.
Yep.
That too.
Think they're going to be getting a call from Pope Leo soon. Hey, he's a Nova graduate. But you know what it is? Like this whole thing, like one, Brunson really carried that second half.
Once
And
again, when you're the captain, you put your team on your back and you charge forward into combat against a
as
7'5" alien.
as a friend of mine, a lot of people going to be naming their dogs and children Brunson pretty soon.
Yep.
As I put it to Parent Patchy, baby boom's gonna happen in the city in March.
Yep. Yeah. Come, God, Lee.
I know, right?
Uh, well, yeah,
There are
exactly.
gonna be a lot
Come,
of Carl
come,
Brunson
come.
names or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Isn't that wild to think about?
that is wild to think about. It really is.
God,
And
God, what
thinking
what the
that,
Knicks can do to the economy of New York, you know?
dude, that parade is going to be sick this week.
They're they're the only New York team that can bring a whole city together.
You know what? That's true. It's like, and because you know what it also is? If you're, okay, if you're like me, if you're a Giants and Yankee fan, you've seen your teams win championships. But
Mhm.
if you're like a Met, Jet, and Nick fan, if you're like our age, late 20s, early 30s, if you're our age, if you're a Met, Jet, and Knicks fan, this is your first time experiencing your
No,
team winning something.
well, there's plenty of Giants Yankee fans that are Knicks fans too. The
No, no, no.
way
I said if you were a Mets, Jets fan
oh,
along with that. That's what I
okay,
said.
okay,
Okay,
that's
if,
okay.
if that if that didn't come out clear, I apologize.
No, well, you look at the Knicks winning the championship. Yes, yes, we have yes, the city has the Yankees and the Mets, and there's the rivalry there between the two. Yes, the Yankees are the big brother, the Mets are the little brother. Everyone can shut the fluff up about the Mets saying they're the big brother. Go, go win a championship again. Come on. The the rivalry's there. Yankees and Mets fans, they coexisted with on each other, but they don't root for each other's team when one's in a championship opportunity.
No, doesn't
No,
happen. No.
no. Same thing with the Giants and the Jets. Yes, the Giants have their two Super Bowls this million. The Jets are still waiting since Super Bowl three to have a sniff at it again.
Mhm.
And when the Giants are in it, and miraculously when the Jets were in, the two AFC Championship games, they weren't rooting for each other. New York comes
No.
together. New York comes together for one team, and it's the Knicks. Think about it. Yes, the city has the Nets, but they got the Nets from Jersey, and even people in Brooklyn. Okay, yes,
No.
they could say they're a Nets fan, but deep down they're
All five of their fans, all five of
Dude,
their
the
fans,
it's a Nick
the
including
City.
Coke here.
it's the Knicks are the New York City team. Yes, yes, on accolades alone, the Yankees are the most winningest championship of the city, but everybody comes together for the Knicks. Everyone forgets about baseball for a little bit. Everyone
Hmm.
forgets about football, forgets about hockey. The city comes together for the one team, and it's the Knicks. You can argue they come together for the Rangers, but the Islanders exist too.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. And, and that's the thing. I look at all these different sports towns, Boston, Pittsburgh. You can also Chicago too, even though there's the divide with the baseball. You know, Milwaukee and all of Wisconsin. Like if you look at these different sports towns, they have the we're all in this together vibe for
Yes, be
every sports team. We don't have that until basketball.
yeah,
No, no, you're 100% correct because Boston, they only got one team of each. Pittsburgh, one team of each. Philly,
Philly.
one team of each.
Hmm.
DC has one team of each.
Like
Exactly.
there's this allness together vibe that we don't have unless it's the Knicks. Sometimes I'm kind of jealous of these sports cities. Like this is like the first time where as a sports city, we got to experience something of a massive magnitude together. There was no infighting. And I get it. Look, it's part of the New York City culture with the sports. And it's never going to change. But for once, everyone was not, everyone had this joyous moment of what New York was about.
And we're all united now.
And you think about it, we look at the Knicks, and I'll granted it's hot. I'm going to use the Rangers too, but the two teams that kind of bring the city together, I'll throw the Rangers in there too, because no matter what, everyone's going to MSG to see the Knicks or the Rangers play. The fans show up every game, no matter what. It's not like, Yankee Stadium is sold out every day for all their 82 home games, because if the Yankees are stinking, the fans don't show up. If the Giants are stinking, the Jets are stinking, the Mets are stinking, they're not showing up to watch the team because, oh, I'll just watch at home. If When the Knicks sucked, the MSG was still packed because they were there to support their team. The Rangers are terrible, they're there to support their team.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
fans show up. It's like right now, yes, we're in the midst of baseball, and Yankee Stadium's half empty right now because baseball doesn't pick up till after the All-Star break in the middle of August, because that's when it starts to matter. Every NBA and NHL game matter because the season is so short and the fans are there to support their team. And in those dumpster years of the Knicks where they were winning 20 games or 18 games or 25 games, the fans still showed up every game. Spike Lee was there every game. The celebrities showed up too. Yes, the celebrities get a lot of flack too because they can be considered the casual fans too, and they want the center of attention too. But the celebrities are
They were
fans too.
there.
Celebrities
Yeah.
are fans too of that team.
I think so too. And a lot of people they've been getting flack for this. No, and they were there to support their team. But with the, but no, like this is the team that all unites us. And you know what? And Patch, when we were in our group chat the other day, after this, you brought up a very important question. I'd like to discuss this now. Over the last 26 years, since 2000, is this the best New York City championship?
I think it is. Yes, the Yankees won two in 2000 and 2009. And yes, the Giants won Super Bowl 42 and 46. The Giants ones are memorable because they were the underdogs in both of those games. But if you're looking at a championship alone that, means something to the city, it's this championship. Because yes, it was the Yankees 26th and 27th. And yes, those two giant Super Bowls were two giant upsets, pun intended there. But it was like, okay, all right, yeah, it's back to the day after, okay, it's back to normal business. We celebrate, the parade happens. This championship is this championship brought life back to the city to that, has seen travesty, since yes, 9/11 happened in 2000, 9/11, 2001. We're never going to get that. That day, the next day, that city, it brought the disaster, the tragedy that happened that day, the next day, that city, got up, dusted themselves off, and got back to work and, become a city again. It's like everyone's just getting along now again. It's
We
like
all actually like each other again.
neighbors are helping
Yeah.
neighbors. It's so
Hmm.
like you saw it in the aftermath of the celebration. You had people picking up trash, helping the
Yeah.
transit, not transit people, the trash man. It
Yeah.
was it's just like the vibe is there now in the city that
Yeah.
no one thought they would see this team win a championship again.
Yeah.
And
The mayor is on point. I'll get to you in a second, Bill. The mayor even said himself, usually when people come together, it's in times of tragedy. When we're doing this in a time of joy, isn't it a great change of pace?
it
Like,
is.
so just wanted to add that other point because
And
it's a great point made by Zoran. And he's
and
right.
and listen, regardless how you feel, and I just want to say this about Zorhan Mamdani, regardless how you feel about his politics. He was up until almost 4 in the morning celebrating with
Mm,
fans. Come on,
yeah,
regardless how you feel about him politically,
yeah.
that's pretty damn cool. Like, because
Oh,
you know
and
what?
then a quick turnaround to the Puerto Rican parade, like hours later. So it's like,
And he's probably
And
like,
in the midst of, the MetLife Stadium hosting World Cup games too. And you have the World Cup going on right now.
and
It's
you
a
was in
time
Jersey,
it's
you
a
know?
time to be alive in that city right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the U.S. won the other night 2-0 against Paraguay, even though we're focused on the Knicks right now. But way to go, Team USA. We wish you the best.
of course. Yeah,
Um,
we'll be rooting for them the rest of the way.
yeah.
Absolutely. America.
But no, like he's probably like, oh crap, I gotta be at the Puerto Rican Day parade today. Whoop. And like, but no, regardless how you feel about his political views, he's a fan. He's like normal folks there. But here and like here's another thing, Reg. The question I asked, is this the best New York City championship in the last 26 years?
Yeah, it's not even you can't doubt it. You can't doubt that. It is by far the best New York City championship. I was hugging two Met fans the other night. I grew up with them. I hugged them. They're two Met fans. I used to give them crap about the Mets. They used to hate me for being the Yankee fan and the winner and all that stuff. Like, and I hugged them because our basketball team won. That's what it's about, bro. Like, yes. You know, like even I'm scrolling, I'm doom scrolling all over this phone, socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm seeing all these different videos of New York sports fans, or at the very least, if they're not a New York sports fan, they're at least a Knicks fan. They're crying because the Knicks won, or they're singing Empire State of Mind, New York State of Mind, theme from New York, New York, and Sinatra, like um, the late great Ace Frehley, New York Groove, like all those all those songs that talk about New York, and we're singing it in celebration of the Knicks. Yes, that's what it's about.
And
Togetherness.
Remember, concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, there's nothing you
nothing
can't
you
do.
can't do.
And the
And
Knicks just did it. And
they
now,
did it. And my thought, okay, I'm gonna admit I was wrestling with this question since Saturday because part of me wanted to say it's a toss-up between this and the first Giants Super Bowl against the Pats. Because okay, guys, before you all want to kill me, I was I was thinking on one hand maybe because that is a little bit of my bias because I do watch because I am more into football than I am into basketball. But
Right.
overall, I was really thinking about this. I don't think, Pat, you want to know what's going on in my head, do you?
no, I mean, if you can maybe argue the Super Bowl 42 championship by the Giants because they were really the underdogs against an 18-0 Patriots team. But once again, yeah, you have Jet fans that will, I could say that the Jet fans were probably happy that the Pats lost when the Pats,
Yeah, but
like that's
Uh,
probably that would be the only exception where Jet fans would be happy that the Giants won the Super Bowl, is if it
yeah.
would be someone.
it's a mix. I mean,
If I were to rank the, and I'll give my rankings, if you guys want to give your rankings, but you know what? After thinking about this for a while, I think this is because what we've just been talking about. This unites the city because when the Yankees win, only half the city's happy. When the Giants win, half the city's happy. The other half is pissed.
The, the thing is when, like I say, New York has, two baseball teams, two football teams. They have two basketball teams. They have one, and they have two hockey teams. So it's to where, yes, the Islanders haven't won the cup in forever. The Rangers haven't won the cup in the other. If either one of them won the Stanley Cup, the other team's fan base would be happy that they won it. When the Yankees, when it's no offense to you guys being Yankee fans, but when the Yankees win a World Series, we never hear the end of it from the Yankee fan base because it's redundant, it's stupid, and I just want to punch everyone in the face. If the Mets win a championship, the Mets have the right to brag for a while because it's been so long.
No,
But
if the Mets win a World Series, we're never going to hear the end of it from Mike Rifkin or Mark Olofsky Halpert. We're never going to hear the
no, you would no. The only fan base you would probably never hear the end of it would be the Dallas Cowboys.
end. Then we'll never hear the end of it.
Yes, and it's no offense, old ops guy, if you're listening, but we
And
know
that's
that
when I hide in my bunk, hide in my basement for the
but
next 6 months.
you look at like this there that it's like when Cleveland won the championship when LeBron came home. They lost the first year in the finals, and then they won it the second year. They came back from 3-1 against Golden State. That city was happy because that city for so long waited to win a championship between their teams because the Browns are a dumpster fire. Cleveland, Cleveland LeBron got drafted by Cleveland. They went to the one finals, they lost that finals, and then LeBron left for Miami, became the villain, won two titles down there, and then came home as a hero and won them a championship. That's a euphoric moment. The Cubs winning it all is a euphoric moment for that city because once again, that city, yes, they have the White Sox. The White Sox won the World Series in 2005, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
yes.
Okay, Cubs fans. Okay, hey, the city won a championship, but it's not the Cubs. The Cubs won it all. That whole city came together. Even White Sox fans came together to celebrate with the Cubs. Like I say, this championship brings the city together because they never thought they would see the Knicks win a championship in their lifetime. My dad grew up a Knicks fan. Grew up down in the Bronx, was born in the Bronx. Okay, yes, he was 7 at the time, but he's put it this way. He was not a real fan because, he was young. He didn't really follow that much. And then as he got older, he fell in love with the Knicks. And
Yeah.
then, he experienced the heartache in 94, the heartache in 99. To see his team win a championship, which team I root for as well, like it's an awesome moment for me, but it's a awesome moment to see my dad enjoy this moment at this time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's those Knicks fans that are now in their their I would say maybe late 60s, early 70s, where they were maybe 10 or 12 when they won those
Mhm.
first two championships in 70 and
Yeah.
73. And
Because
then
you,
you have you see Walt Clyde, Patrick Ewing enjoying this moment because Ewing never won it all. Now he gets to enjoy this moment as a champion as in a front office role, as an ambassador for the team. So he even gets a championship ring for this. To see those guys enjoy this moment, all the past Knicks that
Mhm.
that were part of playoff run teams where they came up short, they get to enjoy this moment now too. It's a great moment for this organization to see, even the past players that, even if they only played 10 games with the team maybe 6 years ago or 7 years ago or 15 years ago, they're happy to see their former team win a championship.
because like what you said with you and your dad, it's kind of like, I know this is a strange comparison, but it's like when you take a team like say the Red Sox when they finally broke the curse in 2004, you
86
see those
years.
well, yeah, you see those older folks who've waited literally their whole life
You
to
you
see them finally win a World Series.
you see the old timer Red Sox fans in that moment in 2000 in 2004 where oh they've gotten belt to ass by the Yankees so many times in the regular season and in the postseason, and then to see them become the first team in MLB history to come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a series. You get
But
to
could you,
see you get to see that euphoric moment again where a Red Sox fan, that okay, if they, if they were 90, we'll go 96. They were 10 years older. They got to see them win that last World Championship, and then to wait your entire life and you never not to get to see that moment again. That's, that moment to where it's, oh, yes, I finally got to see it happen again. And most Knicks fans now are gonna say, I'm at peace now. Those old time Knicks fans, long time
Mhm.
running Knicks fans that that are maybe in their 70s or 80s. It's I'm at peace now. I got to see it again. It's been so long.
because they're now probably bringing out those. This was popular in 1994 when the Rangers won the Cup, and then 2004 when the Sox won the World Series. It's a famous slogan. My dad has the shirt somewhere in his closet. It says, "Now I can die in peace."
Yeah, you when when you've waited so long, especially teams that have not won a championship in forever, you can finally have peace to like where it's weird because I look at football for a moment like they make a Super Bowl and you're on the edge of your seat for that whole day for that game, and then okay they lose, okay, the anxiety of longer term series to whether it's baseball's best of seven, NBA's best of seven, NHL is best of seven, that 2 week period is when your emotions are at the highest. I know the feeling the last time I was at this was in 2019 when the Nats won the World Series, that 2 week stretch of to where you might never, I think I might never see this happen again, and then to have that moment to when it's a swing and a miss, and the Nats are, World Series champions. It's once again, it's a euphoric moment to where it's like, holy shit, this is reality. I get to see this happen in my lifetime.
Well, yeah, but no, but I think this is the best one in 26 years for the Knicks. I'm conceding to you guys because, like I said, I think it's the one that brings everyone together.
It,
And if I were to rank these, if you guys want to do the rankings, go right ahead. But here's my rankings: Knicks at one, Super Bowl 42, the Giants 18, and I'm putting that at a very close number two. I'm putting I'm putting the Giants. I don't know, just if I want to put Super Bowl 46 or the 2009 Yankees World Series. I'm going to put the 2009 Yankees World Series at number three. Super Bowl 46 at number four, and 2000 World Series at number five.
I agree with that. I think that's a perfect ranking. If you wanted to flip-flop something, you could maybe put the Giants second, Super Bowl third, and then move everything else down.
Okay, that's respectable. Well, the reason why I think, and I'll go through, one, we just talked about it with the Knicks because that was the one that brings everyone together. Number two was because, the underdog Giants going up against Brady and the big bad 18-0 Patriots. And then I think why I put the Yankee 2009 World Series at number three is because, when you look at it, it's kind of bittersweet because that was the last time that core four was all together.
I can agree with that.
That was the last time, Jeter, Posada, Mariano, Pettit, that was the last World Series they all won. So when you look at it, it's kind of bittersweet.
If you look at for maybe a historical cool point, you could put the Yankees 2000 World Series at three because
Yeah.
it was Battle of New York City. The Yankees.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why I put it at five was because the
Well,
reason I put it at
it,
five, it's
well,
not a,
well. Also, wasn't that in the midst of the three-peat too?
that was the midst of a three-peat.
So that could be three then. I would go that way. I would go Knicks winning this year, Super Bowl 42 for the Giants, Yankees three-peat, and then you could put Yankees '09 and then 46 at five.
Yeah. Reg, what would you put in if you had to rank these?
Because you're talking last 26 years, right? I
Yeah.
would say this is by far number one, of course.
We all agree?
Number two, I'm gonna have to go just because of the magnitude of the Patriots season that the Giants Super Bowl 42 victory. I mean that was an and I know that they played the Patriots well throughout that season. That was an impressive victory by the Giants. The Giants played well defensively, uh, and they got the score when they absolutely needed to and dethroned the Pats. So I'm gonna put that at number two. Number three, I'm putting the '09 Yanks. Number four, obviously, would be the Giants Super Bowl 46. And then number five, I would say, uh, because just the magnitude of the city alone in 2000. Oh, we don't know who's going to win. It's going to be a city of divide. Whoever wins, whoever gets that massive ticker tape parade, ended up being the Yankees. So, but it's number five because uh, the Yankees didn't have a great season, or at least didn't end the season very well down the stretch, and yet they won the World Series. So, but I was actually more impressed by the '09 team.
Yeah, because I also think with the '09 team, not just with the core four, but a lot of us who were like very young during the golden age in the
Mhm.
late '90s and 2000, like
Yeah,
that was,
that was our first like real championship where we like got to see our players like
yes.
experience it. Not that, of course I saw 2000s and stuff and and I've seen most of Jeter's career, but like that was the team where I was like really heavily invested in that '09 team.
Okay, here's another question now. Is
Okay.
Jalen Brunson officially the king of New York?
As of today, yes.
So move over Aaron Judge, there's a new king in town.
Aaron Judge is three right now. No, four. He's four in the New York because it goes. If you're looking from a whole New York fan standpoint, it would probably be Brunson, Jeter, Eli, Judge.
Well, I mean, of people who are currently playing.
Oh, currently play, then it's Brunson. It's Brunson Judge.
Brunson, yeah.
Yeah,
Brunson
sorry. You,
Judge.
you all know I love Aaron Judge. You know I love you, but win a ring, we'll talk.
He still needs to win
But
a ring.
but even then, like Aaron Judge, and I know he's hurt right now, so
And no, I wish you a
this
speedy recovery, Aaron.
and this may not be fair, but like Aaron Judge hasn't been very dominant this season. so far. Usually we're used to Aaron Judge hitting 300 and, on pace for 60 home runs, over 100 ribbies. Like he's nowhere near that right now. And of course, that could have been contributed to the injury that we now know happened sometime early in the season. But like, it's that on top of the fact that he, as the captain of the Yankees, and again, may not be fair because he has had some good moments in the postseason, hasn't been all the time, but the Yankees haven't won. And he was partially responsible for that World Series loss in 24. So right now it's undisputed. Jalen Brunson was ready for every single moment in this postseason. And every postseason he has been with the Knicks. I think it's what, like 35 games the Knicks have won since they acquired him in the postseason. It's outrageous. Outrageous what this man has done for this Knicks team.
So I'm gonna agree with you. And listen, you all know I watch the Yankees more than I watch the Knicks, but Brunson is the king of New York at this point. He really is.
That whole team is the whole team is the king of New York. They're never going to
Look
pay
at
for it.
me.
They're not going to pay
Uh,
for anything ever again in
No,
that city.
no. That OG Anunoby with that. I mean, well, of course, his playoff brilliance was great, but just that tip in alone, he can sit pretty at any marquee New York City restaurant and not have to pay a dime. Same
they are
goes
not.
with Brunson. Same goes with Cat. Same goes with Bridges. For Mikal Bridges, on the other side of the East River, we'll give them 200 first round picks for Mikal Bridges.
They,
Shamit, the rest of the bench. They're,
they're
they're,
getting like
they
they
could
are going to
walk.
be.
They could walk into a corner store bodega, and it would be like, "Oh, what's up, Mikhail? Take whatever you want. It's fine."
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going to be going to Peter Luger's, Carmine's, all the big time restaurants in New York City. They're going to
Oh yeah.
be
Some
they're
this
going
is
to be eating for free for the rest of their
in
lives.
the
Oh,
city. It's like in Willy Wonka. I've got a golden ticket. I've got a
No,
golden ticket.
they
That's
got
what.
they own this city now.
yeah.
Until one of the baseball teams does something to win a championship again,
The Knicks own this city.
Knicks are number one in the city.
Yeah.
No, I
And it
agree.
feels
And
good. It feels good for the Knicks to be cool again. You
I
can walk
know.
around in any type of Knick gear,
I I can finally
smiles on
I
faces.
can finally say I'm a happy Packers fan. I'm a happy Washington Nationals fan. I'm a happy Winnipeg Jets fan. And finally, I can finally say I'm happy to be a Knicks fan. I'm no longer a suffering Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Well,
And now three of my four teams have won championships in my lifetime. So I have
Mhm.
that going for me too.
well, New York. Well, guess what? New York City, you've waited 53 years for this.
Yeah.
And hey, here's a big one. Who's going to break the drought next in New York? Who's going to break the drought next?
And
Yeah.
it ain't the football teams. I'll give you that.
No, it'll probably be
It'll probably be the Yankees. The Yankee
yeah,
the
I was thinking
Yankee
Mets, but you're
I
probably
yeah, I don't see the Mets doing anything anytime soon. I feel the Yankees are close. They just need two more pieces, I think, to help
hmm
something somewhere.
Yeah.
You need I think the Yankees need two pieces to get over the hump, and then I will have to listen to Yankee fans for the next 27 years of my life. But that's fine. I can
hmm
accept that with this next
Hey,
championship.
hey, we're not bad. Reg and I are not bad on
I'm not saying you guys are bad.
but
I'm just
other people whose name we will not mention.
it's just like bandwagon Knicks fans that are now all coming out of the blue being Knicks fans and being
Yeah.
stupid. It's I we the true New York Knicks fans have been with this team ever since. Whenever they became a fan, they didn't switch up on a team. They didn't buy other teams' merch. Didn't defect to another team. Didn't give up on the team, always stayed with the team. And then you have the new Knicks fans that, the joke is, oh, they've been a fan since May 30th, whatever.
No, that's
hmm
my brother's soon to be sister-in-law. She said, "Yeah, I've been a Nick fan for 2 weeks." And you know what? At least she's honest. She's honest.
Yeah.
The true
And by
Knicks
the way, whether you're a Knicks fan for 2 weeks or you're just a casual bandwagon, no one circles the wagons like the New York Knickerbockers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come for the ride, and if you want to stay on, I don't care. You
It's a
can
roller
stay
coaster.
on,
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
you know.
Hey, hey, even to Mr. Dolan, thank you.
Mhm.
You,
Can't
And,
believe we're
and
thanking Jim Dolan for something, but thank you.
but can we thank him though? Because look, we killed him for a very long time as
he's
Knicks owner. Killed him.
still one of the worst owners, but regardless,
Yeah, he admitted that he had no idea what he was doing and left it to the right executives. Like I said, Leon Rose. Again, Leon Rose is a former uh agent for like CAA. And of course, nobody knew that he was going to lead the Knicks team to this, but he did. And the fact that he recognized that he had no idea what he was doing and still said, I'm gonna back away. I'm gonna allow the basketball minds to deal with this. Give him a ton of credit because there was a world where we were saying the Knicks will never be champions under Jim Dolan's ownership. And yet Jim Dolan is the owner of the Knicks team that just won a championship.
Agreed. Now, with Jim Dolan and with not getting too political, but what we just saw with what we saw with Trump at game three, are the Knicks going to the White House?
you know what? You can politics aside. I always
Yeah.
feel just go visit the president. It's a couple. You know what? You get to go to the White House.
Yeah.
Now,
It's like, who cares?
you just had UFC 250 Freedom last night,
Mm.
which was, you can call, it is what it is. It was from a sports standpoint, fantastic show. You can get into politics and all this, but, get to
I'm
go
just
to the
gonna say
White.
that whole spear was a freaking eyesore. It really was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that aside,
Marine Band was fantastic doing live entrances. I will say
That's
that. But
cool.
just go to who cares? Go to the White House. You know what? If I'm on a championship team and if it was President Trump, President Biden, Obama, Bush, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Abraham Lincoln, Jefferson, Washington,
we'll go way back in time here.
we'll go way back in time and just say, hey, I'd like to you come to the White House. We can have it catered. We can have some drinks, whatever. We can
But you
talk.
know
We don't.
what? I think the
But
thing is,
I'll go.
and I can understand why people wouldn't want to go, especially see Trump, but I think it shouldn't be seen as a political event. You're just, you're getting an honor to the White House, and it doesn't mean you're exactly supporting his
Yeah.
policies. You're just, you're going in the Oval Office. He's going to shake your hand, say congratulations. You're going to
He's
have a
gonna
nice lunch.
he's gonna talk about you for a little bit.
They're going to have a nice little ceremony, you know, and you take pictures. Like I said, nice lunch, few drinks,
And
and you
hey,
go home.
and you know what? People can give our president crap too, but he's a New Yorker too. And
Yeah.
he's a Knicks fan too.
Yeah. A huge one, growing up in Queens. Look, the reality is that, we're talking about how this is bringing all of us together. If the president wants to see his basketball team in the White House, like, why not? Like, it's one day out of the millions that you can hate him. It's one day. It's okay. Just take time to be honored by the president. It's okay. It doesn't, like Bill said, it's not a political thing. You don't have to believe in his policies. You don't even have to know what his policies are.
Listen, go up, shake his hand. Congratulations. Have a nice lunch. You're good. And I'm sure the food is very good.
Mhm.
I will
But
say, my favorite James Dolan quote from this weekend was, "Hey New York, I'm sorry it took so long, but But here we are, and hopefully it won't be that long again.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, you know this, Patch knows the winning feeling because he's seen titles for three of his teams. Bill knows the feeling. He's seen titles for two of his teams. I've now seen titles for two of my teams. Winning never gets old, bro. The
And you
the the repeat starts now, you
and
know?
and you know what? It might be fun for big name players to come play for the Knicks now.
Mhm.
Think about
Now,
it.
I don't care for those big name players, but
I don't care for the big name players either, but KD, um, how's it feel to know that New York is fun to play for now?
hmm
Because you say that we were, not that interesting or we were quirky.
Absolutely. And
But
now,
and now like Dan said, the quest for a repeat begins.
Yeah. We've gone after so many different types of players that wanted none of the New York smoke. We give credit to these heroes that we have. The Karl Anthony Towns, the Jalen Brunsons, the OG Ananobis, Josh Harts of the world. The Jose Alvarado, by the way, Jose Alvarado, Brooklyn, Queens born, Brooklyn bred. I forget how it worked, but like he grew up in New York City. He is a New Yorker through and through, and won for his basketball team that he grew up watching. And it's been such an emotional roller coaster for him. So like, all the heroes that we have here, they wanted the smoke. They wanted to be here. They wanted the responsibility to end this drought and face the music. And they were shining a bright light, orange and blue skies.
And I'll ask this question: does Brunson's jersey now go in the Raptors?
I think
yes,
the starting five goes into the rafters.
yes.
I just retired
But
all
especially Jalen Brunson.
Brunson. Yeah, I would agree with you. The starting five should go in the Raptors, but definitely Jalen Brunson's number will be in the Raptors
Yeah.
come
When
the end
you
of the.
have when you have a scoring performance that ties Michael Jordan in a closeout performance, come on now. Your legacy is up there already.
Everybody else is speechless now.
Yeah, it is not. I think he's yeah, Reg. Remember I texted you yesterday morning. I'm like, do I have to come bail you out?
No.
I'll I will say that I part of me wishes I was in the city Saturday evening, and another part of me wishes I was. Another part is like, yeah, no, I kind of care for my safety.
No,
Yeah,
because I
nah.
know someone. I'm not gonna bring up this person's name, but they were there Saturday night for the 5 Seconds of Summer concert at the Garden.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like thinking because the show, I don't know what time the show ended because I know in New York, I don't know if it's an arena rule for Madison Square Garden, if it's a state rule. If your show has to end at 11 o'clock. If it doesn't end at 11, then the artist has to pay the garden staff
Yes, that is
overtime.
that is an MSG rule.
So they have to pay garden staff.
Yep. But
Um,
you talk about, this when the game ended, you had people having their weddings. People were on planes. Every Nick the true New York fan was glued to a TV somewhere. And you had people's weddings going on. The groomsman that was a Knicks fan or the bride that was a Knicks fan, they were, no, no, stop this for a minute. And then they see there's 9 seconds left with them going up by four. And they're like, this is about to happen. And then, it's, oh, they all celebrate and it's all right. And it was like, all right, back to normal business. But like I say, you had people, even when the tip-in happened with 1.5 seconds left, you had people on planes going crazy.
yeah, and it's funny with the weddings because my brother's getting married in October and he's a big Knicks fan. I'm thinking, picture if he was getting married on Saturday.
Uh, I mean, depending how cool his future wife is, or soon to be wife, it would be up to her.
It's kind of like I've told this story before, Patch. I don't know if I told you this. Back in January, I was at a wedding during the Bills playoff game, and my buddy who got married, he went to the University of Buffalo, and all his friends did. And his now mother-in-law, who is a very nice lady. I just want to say for the record, she's a very nice lady. But she told the venue to not have the game on at the bar.
Oh, never. I'll keep opinions to myself till we're off video, off
But
YouTube.
but but I think she
Uh,
needs to know it's the 21st century. We have smartphones.
exactly.
We're not cavemen. We have technology.
Listen, on my iWatch when there's one of my teams that are playing, I have the score right there. I have the score right there on the watch, and I'm watching it.
And no, all of us were literally gathered around the tables watching the game on our phones.
Yeah.
We're
God.
savages. But but
Yeah.
but no, but people who had their weddings that day for the Knicks, Jesus Christ. You get
Mm.
married and the Knicks win. What a day! What a day!
What a phenomenal day.
What
And
a
then
wonderful day!
and then 9 months later, Anunoby, Jalen, Anthony, Carl, Brunson, yada yada
So to all of
yada,
you who got married on Saturday and watched the Knicks game,
God,
we wish you double congratulations
God,
and future
God.
congratulations.
and future
Exactly.
congratulations. Dad, why did you name me Jalen? Well, son, you were conceived on our wedding night, which was also the night when the Knicks won the championship for the first time in over 50 years.
God damn.
So you're saying I'm a champion? Yes, son, you are a
Yes.
champion.
So, yeah, you were conceived that night.
God
Um,
damn.
but
God bless those people, and shout out to the New York City hospitals that are uh gonna be dealt a massive NBA Finals babies. You know.
and we also give a shout out to the New York City hospitals who had to treat all the people who were celebrated, especially those who will be nominated for the Darwin Awards.
Well, hey, shout out to all the fans that partied a little too hard. I hope the next day you don't have any regrets.
But hey, you know what? But hey, New York City handled the situation well. They only a few people really went crazy, like when they burnt the school bus. Like,
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dumb. Like,
Well, as I put it, those are not Nick fans. Those are just degenerates.
and they're probably drunk off their ass.
Oh, they're
being
just
idiots and all that stuff. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Like, I was talking to my dad, go out and celebrate, go have a few drinks, go get lucky tonight. Um, but no, consensually, by the way, consensually, and be responsible. But what a weekend! What a weekend!
What weekend indeed. And, we celebrate the champs. It's NYC immortality. They will forever be one of the greatest NBA teams of all time. It was
Absolutely.
amazing to watch. And, obviously, we're going to have more to come on Six Man Up. Tomorrow, we'll have a special wrap-up edition of the season. Mark Halpern, the old ops guy, myself. Hopefully, we get more guests to come in and talk more about our champs. We're not done yet. We're not done. And it's just amazing. We live in a time in a world where we can say the Knicks are champions.
I
It's
know, right?
amazing. It's
And
amazing.
and you know what? The quote to see the quote I've been saying. You know what? Bury me in a Knicks jersey because I just might come
Mhm.
back.
Yes. Yes.
That's what a quote. Bury me in
So,
a Knicks jersey. I just might come back.
so the bottom line of it, okay. So the bottom line, the New York Knicks are world champions. We
What?
rejoice.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They are champions? What? No
Hmm.
way.
We
Oh
just been
wait.
talking about this for the last hour.
Oh wait. That's right. It says it right there.
So we're gonna be yeah, so I know there was other stuff this weekend, like I said, the US beat Paraguay. Yamamoto, the Dodgers, nearly pitched a perfect game.
Yeah, that was fun.
And,
And congratulations to the Carolina Hurricanes who won the Stanley Cup last night. The breakaway guys will have more on that. Um,
and we'll have more talks about the Spurs because, some people are a little mad at the Spurs for the way they acted at the end of the game.
yeah, that
Yeah, or
was.
yeah, or how about Wembanyama in that stupid ass press conference at the end where he's like, "I'll see you never."
What I heard from that, he was trying to say, I guess he was trying to say something in French, and then it didn't click somewhere in his brain.
No, fine, Patch. If you want to believe that, you can go ahead and
I
believe
didn't
that.
say I believed it. That I'm just saying that's what the rumor said around the internets. And
Sure.
also, people, make sure you pay Danhausen if you want to get someone uncursed, because human monies go a long way. And to think that a WWE wrestler just said, "Oh, you are cursed," would derail the direction of NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs.
Crazy.
Just shows you wrestling's real, people.
Ouch.
It might be, yeah.
Oh man.
Or Danhausen might just actually be supernatural, because
Yeah.
it just him in the next he even Danhausen's gonna come into New York City when he's all decked out in his face paint. He's gonna be treated like a god. He might have to pay for anything ever again in New York City too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for a while. So guys, I guess that's our show for today, huh? Well, that is our show for today. Patch, thank you for taking time on your day off
Uh, I
to come
I
celebrate.
I will now go back and slumber for the next 53 years.
Oh God, that'd
I'm
be
not I'm not, I'm not
80.
doing that.
We'll
I'm
be
God
85
no.
the next
I
time. We might not
I will
God
make it.
not
no.
I will not Rip Van Winkle that bitch.
So if you want to know
Shout
more,
out to Edgar Allan Poe fans out there. They get that
nevermore.
reference.
If you want to see more, and why wouldn't you? Because isn't this content amazing? Go to www.thesportssocietynetwork.com. Check out our podcast available on all platforms. Check out us here on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Hit it for some notifications.
We appreciate you, love you, thank you. Let's go Knicks. And what a great season. What a great ride. And your 2025, 2026 champs. And like I said, I'm greedy. I want more. I want a repeat. I want a three-peat.
Hey,
Hey,
let's start with a repeat, hopefully. I
slow
will
down, pal. Slow down. Let's.
slow your roll. I will take a repeat first, and then maybe we can talk about a three-peat.
Okay, fine.
Or better yet, let's start off with winning another NBA Cup.
And then raise that banner too, I guess, which
No,
common
we're not
sense
raising
won't
the
prevail
NBA
with
Cup
that.
banner. That is not a
No.
banner to be
Well,
raised.
Can you believe that's actually a talk now?
I can't believe
Like,
that
no,
is a thing now.
no.
you know what? I will say the NBA Cup, they're trying to get people to come watch basketball. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to draw a little more interest in the NBA. Imagine if the MLB had an in-season championship, the MLB Cup.
Goddamn.
No, it won't happen.
Nah.
I mean,
Folks, it's been wonderful.
it has been beautiful.
All right. For Lawrence Pasher and Lang, for Danny Boy Reginald, I'm Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy. Stay safe and take care.
Deuces.
And go Knicks.